into two main sections, asterisk, E, E. I started hair removal here by creating a horizontal separation from the neck 1E, from the bottom to determine the shortness starting hair, EEE, with vertical separations, asterisk, I. Start cutting at 90-degree angles, asterisk. This will be our guide. Asterisk, this shortness determines the length of your short hair after cutting the hair from the nape part after creating a horizontal separation asterisk. I cut it at 90-degree angles. Separation with vertical separations. Then I check the hair here. So is there a mistake or not? Starting from the neck. So now I continue my haircut asterisk here. E, as you can see, after cutting the nape part E to soften the ends of the hair E channel. EEE cutting technique. EEE softening the ends, and after cutting the neck join asterisk. I'm creating a vertical distinction now. This one separation at the bottom asterisk. I will combine it with the hair point I cut 1EI. Divided the levels and the hair asterisk with 90-degree angles according to the output direction I keep cutting. You see here asterisk I. Create a sharpening cutting technique like asterisk I. Cut the hair with a sharp scarf. Technique asterisk I. Comb the hair according to the exit direction of the hair at 90 degrees asterisk, asterisk and asterisk I. Cut the first tier in the bottom of the hair following the hair guide. I have determined I cut the same size after cutting hair. To the top and the top EEE combing EEE hair. Cut asterisk I. Continued, then the other E. After cutting the step I cut in the middle E, I created a vertical separation from the left side again. After creating this separation asterisk, I combed the hair again at a 90 degree scanning angle, and I'm scanning upwards and end the hair point I cut. I see the manual and continue my cutting here. I cut with straight scissor strokes asterisk, yes, as you can see later, asterisk 1 horizontal. I create one horizontal separation on the right and left side, and this horizontal distinction is like this, yes, with the hair guide. I cut before asterisk, I comb the hair in front of the exit and asterisk, yes, with straight scissor stroke, with sharpening cutting technique, asterisk, asterisk, I. Continue my cutting process in the back. I see the guide, so I cut the previous one. I see your hair point guide asterisk first, a horizontal, EEE asterisk, now I cut it according to the length of the hair. Now I continue my cutting process with vertical separations, then asterisk after cutting the point I cut at the bottom. After cutting the point I reserved upwards, asterisk I separate one level for a guinea, one level for a vertical. After separating scanning upwards, asterisk towards the exit direction of the hair point cutting technique, I keep cutting asterisk, yes. As you can see here, the purchase pattern on the front, I just didn't open the distinction, EEE, just asterisk E. The nonsense I cut before E to the two main parts I have reserved. I continue with EEE asterisk after cutting the left side. I go to the right side, EEE asterisk, yes, EEE, here, asterisk again, EEE. I created one distinction by creating a vertical distinction, and EEE now asterisk upwards, II2, after cutting the first stage. I cut the stage by creating the vertical separation asterisk now. As you can see here from the temple, part 1, I made a distinction horizontal of horizontal asterisk after creating the distinction. The previous, from the hair point I cut, as you can see, asterisk E, your shortness, I'm checking, and I see the sheath on the hair point and E, horizontally E. I continue my cutting process. As you can see here, horizontal E, I create one cut and asterisk after this. Cut is formed asterisk. Did I leave it down, as you can see? Gets one story view and guinea with vertical separations, asterisk. I equate the top and bottom equally again, creating a vertical separation. Again, yes, my E control, by creating one vertical separation and E-point cutting technique, asterisk mistakes at the ends. If there are long parts, asterisk, I'm picking up and I've come to the top, I cut the bottom now. The upper part is likewise with vertical separations, asterisk E, now upwards again, in accordance with the brevity at the bottom, by cutting with dot cutting technique, asterisk that is. By cutting with point cutting technique asterisk, I continue the haircut hair here from top to bottom asterisk. I gradually cut to the point cutting technique. Here is the length of your hair. We determined asterisk. We determined this height, that is, the hair length on the nape. This paint fits in one way. We follow our guide and cut it to the same size. Yes, as you can see downwards, I continue my direct cutting process to control asterisk. I'm using the star technique here, so my slice is above starting from the top down asterisk. I cut in one step. Yes, I started from the right to the left, always checking asterisk, cutting with downward asterisk, asterisk. Point cutting technique, point cut on the ends of the hair when we cut the technique, asterisk, zigzag. Zigzag E, it creates views to when you leave the hair natural E. More homogeneous, more neat, one E so hair scissors doesn't show your trace and provides one more natural transition asterisk. Now we're at the front of the hair asterisk here again. I created one vertical distinction, asterisk E, and the distinction here is appropriately on the back E section upwards, front part a little longer E. It will happen here at an angle of 45 degrees, asterisk E, the front part, asterisk. I cut it gradually with the star technique. Again, from short to long greetings, if you want to get a haircut like this, E. Social media addresses in the description part of my video available U to E short story. By going to my salon as an appointment pixie haircut, you can get the service asterisk. As you can see, we continue our haircut border. Yes, asterisk yes. In accordance with the guide, I cut before front parts of the hair slightly too long. I'm scanning at a 90-degree 1E scanning angle again, but as a cut, I make a 45-degree cut. The front of the hair is a little longer, to appear, asterisk. Here we will determine the separation point of your hair, Which direction will it divide our customer in that direction, asterisk. We will continue our folding process here. The ends of the hair I wet it again because it is thin wire. It is dry E. The hair dries very quickly, so I wet it. I continue the cutting process again, asterisk. Yes, here is our customer. E. Splitting her hair to the left side. We are also our customer passing to the right. E. We continue our cutting process at one more comfortable angle from right to left, with one scan angle E. Cut at 45-degree angles to the front of the hair, nice asterisk. We apply folding process by providing one pass, E and I. Continue my cutting here with Picadus technique, softening the ends of the hair. I make it a better one. Pass. Our haircut is over, so now stage 2. Starting from the front of the hair in a gradual way, softening the ends of the hair with net scissors and add some depth to the hair. Here, scissors, losing your tracks, and 4 more natural 1 transition of hair in to make their fall more natural 1 Fowler model. For more comfortable use in daily life, apply softening to the ends of the hair. Here, with effigy shears and canal technique island softening the end parts from back to front, as you can see here, guinea eye thin the ends of the hair in pictus technique, asterisk, definitely to the bottom of the hair, asterisk, i.e. don't apply file scissors from the bottom. I apply the ends of the hair, starting from the neck, asterisk, again. Gradually with the channel technique, thinning your hair from the neck. If you want to get a haircut like this, you can come to my salon and get a haircut service. In Istanbul, Beylikdüzü, Chung R Hall. I'm working on an appointment now. If you want to make an appointment, asterisk, by reaching me from my social media addresses, Sue can get haircut service, asterisk, asterisk. My gradual thinning process continues, asterisk, after examining the nape part. The middle part of the hill, I came to the occult area, and here is the guinea canal, and asterisk, I keep thinning the ends of the hair. Then I came to the top. Here in guinea picus technique, the ends of the hair, I thinned guinea tips when I reach the peak, asterisk, Thinning, I continue my process after our haircut, asterisk, with a nice shaping process and blow dry process, Now our model's haircut design. We're done, guys. If you want a haircut like this, asterisk, I need my salon. You can get service haircut service, our model, short layered pixie haircut.
Hello friends, welcome to our channel. I'm with you with one new video. Gradient to you today, bob haircut design. I will explain in detail how it is done. I first create our basic distinctions. First, a separate profile distinction. How do I create profile separation? To the beginning of the forehead, straight line in 1 stripes. To the distinction we have reserved until the end of the neck. We say profile separation. Crown separation in division 2. Crown separation is also 2 eyebrows, 2 ears apart, 1. The distinction we have separated from ear to ear. We call crown separation. With this distinction, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. So profile separation and crown separation hair automatically 4. We separate the main part. We make this distinction first. When creating a distinction, because we will form the basis of the bob distinction here. From the bottom of every distinction, I'm creating one horizontal distinction. After creating the distinction on the right and left sides, as you can see again, here, I clearly state with lines. After creating this separation, we will cut the basic length of the hair. In this distinction, after cutting hair length, without creating any mistakes, is your right side short? Is your left side long? It's like it happened, we eliminate the problems. First, we determine the length of the hair. Here is our guide hair length. From the middle part of the hair, from the neck, we want to see, creating a distinction. The first distinction is a distinction where we will determine the length of the hair, as you can see here. Starting from the middle part, we will cut the other parts to the same size. We will start from the nape part, and when I come to the front parts, light 1 horizontal at an angle of 45 TL, short to forward 1A. We will continue our haircut with an angle. As you can see here, with the sharp horse cutting technique. With straight scissor stroke, I continue our haircut. After crossing to the left, we use our comb as a ruler. The hair point we cut before, aligning comb with 6 haircut technique. We cut straight one way. If you want here, you can also cut it straight in one way. If you want, it's a little lighter to make the front a little longer. Horizontal 1 distinction, exhibiting a horizontal 1E grip. 1 slightly forward at a slightly 45-degree angle. We can get in view. If you want the light front to be long here, comb a little horizontally in one way. Then we can make it look longer one by holding. After cutting here, the left side is the same as the right side. Here to prevent the protrusion of the ear, so I scan it backwards, separating it from the middle part of the ear. Lightweight, and prevent the protrusion of the ear here, you know, your hair, to prevent it from being crooked. After separating, my comb is slightly forward again, a slightly curved shape. Holding it so I don't cut it straight, to provide a slightly forward-looking one. Light 1E monthly. With comb grip. Light forward. To provide one extending appearance. I hold it at that angle and I continue my cut here light. Comb with a slight 45-degree diagonal separation. Diagonale ignite combe. I cut after holding it the same way. And the front of the light hair gets a longer one look. As you can see here, I create the second distinction. After cutting the basic structure of the hair, I'm creating the horizontal separation again in the second stage. Here I am creating one distinction from the middle again. And after creating a distinction, I will create a horizontal 45-degree angle. I'm combing the hair here. I'm looking from the bottom, seeing the hair point I cut before. Then, lifting slightly upwards horizontally, holding at 1E angle. I apply cut. This angle is kept here. Horizontal is a 45-degree angle. Again in the same way, 1. The next section in the same way. again with the sniper cutting technique. I continue my haircut with straight scissors blow. The hair I cut as a guide in the middle. The left and right sides are the same. I continue by cutting guinea 2, 1. I'm creating a distinction here. I'm creating horizontal distinctions. You too. My video, like and express your thoughts in the comments. I want friends. If you like my video and if you also share your social media address, we will reach many people. The second distinction. Guinea this time, guinea horizontal 45-degree angle. By following the hair point we passed before, I continue our haircut. I cut the first and second steps at a horizontal 45-degree angle. In the videos section of my channel, videos available in many categories. You can also watch these videos, guys. Haircut coloring. Keratin hair care. Ombre sombre. Blonde hair opening. Many services such as painting. You can find it in the videos section of my giant channel. And if you want to get a haircut service from me, my channel, 3 social media addresses are available in the description section. By reaching my hall from here, haircut service. And you can also get other hairdressing services. After cutting this length, our model wanted her neck to be a little shorter. That's why we're still the same yee. Shortened in the section I told you by shortening now 3. We went to the section. Here a 3. Guinea horizontal, yeah, because we came to the top in the section. Exiting E from 45 whole angle. Vertical this time. I created one distinction here, vertical 45s. We will create an angle, guys. And cut from there. As you can see here, we cut it before, from the hair point. Creating a vertical 45-degree angle. I create a vertical 45-degree angle and I keep cutting hair. This is one angle that we describe as vertical 45 degrees. The hair point we cut before, well, after seeing it as a guide. With vertical separations, create the 45-degree angle. We continue our gravitation bob cutting here. I cut it in the middle here and I cut the left side. And the left side, backside of 3 main sections. 3 vertical, by creating separations slice by slice. The at 45-degree angle. I continue our haircut. After cutting this section, after cutting at 45-degree angle, as you can see, I look at the middle part and check. And so 45 quarter angle again. We continue our cut. What? Here from the back. Because there is a slight length on the front, I equated it with the length of your hair. Any now. from our first distinction on the left. Comb again after separating. With our comb. Slightly forward. I'm scanning. Our comb. Yes. As you can see, the back of the hair is dyed. Using our comb like a ruler. Straight one way. I'm cutting. Here is a light one forward length, friends. Not straight our comb. You can also keep it slightly horizontal to look longer. Here we use our comb as a ruler. We continue our haircut, friends. Likewise on the right. I scan properly and one hair point we cut before as a guide. I continue my haircut. Here is the comb 6 haircutting technique. As you can see, I saw the previous haircut point. Under my comb and flush, I continue the haircut. I combed my comb properly with a warm comb, and I aligned the hair with the hair point I had cut before. After aligning, I continued cutting. I'm checking a little here. Sometimes here according to the fall of hair. I cut according to the fall of the hair. Sometimes hair can be worn. After checking to see if there is an error at the bottom, we will continue our process, guys. Now, friends, we determined our cut, the model of the hair. I switched to the personalization EE section here. Friends, so that there is no hard one image on the ends of the hair. Me starting from the neck again with green scissors. Step by step. I'm doing thinning. Here I apply it to the ends of the hair. Before the bottom of the hair, do your hair with unbreakable scissors. Starting from the middle part, as you can see from the end parts. 3. Apply thinning process. In the process I did here. More homogeneous distribution of the haircut. And to avoid scissors, thinning with fine scissors. I'm doing the procedure on the ends of the hair. Here by separating the hair gradually with thin slices. Thinning the ends of the hair. Here and done work. In the process we have done. You may have gotten the density of the hair too. So we may have, if your model complains about the density of the hair. With this kind of operation, you can get the hoage density just by thinning it. But if you don't want one hard image on the ends of the hair, here, with the same process you can soften the ends of the hair. To make transitions look healthier. End parts. By thinning process, we can soften it with this kind of thinning process. We make sure that your transitions are one more beautiful image. Here, we will give a slight movement to the front parts of the hair. Friends, I divide the hair in half, so I'm recreating the profile distinction. Here from the end of my eyebrow, E1. Yuri from the point where my comb touched by starting. I will create one distinction that we call a null forehead motif. Move the hair from the front part. We make our distinction. I'm going to give a little movement in front of the hair here, so I'm doing some folding. But from this point we have separated, so we will make a move from the section we reserved. To throw a light coat in the front, I divided the hair in half. To cut the E section on my client's left side, I'm going to the right side. And E towards chin level 1E. I cut a 45-degree month by determining an angle, and after cutting the left side, I go to the left side to cut the right side. I mean, which hungry side I'm going to cut, I go to the opposite part of it, and I continue to cut. I hope you found my video nice. My advice to you, I would be very pleased if you like my video. And I would be very pleased if you subscribe to my channel. And a new feature has been opened on YouTube, Whip feature. After liking this video, whip directly to this video. There will be a section to do it usually, when you do it from the phone, not the computer. Me when you hype here too. The glass ball of my video, it goes up to the top. Thanks to you. So we will reach many people. Your likes and comments are very important to us. Thanks to you, we reach many people. I mention this in every video because likes and comments. Changes the magic video and subscribe to my channel. I would be much more pleased if you watch. As you can see here, hair. I scanned, and after reaching nose level, from the inside out at an angle of 45 degrees again. At an angle of 45 degrees, I cut. So I checked. This hair point we cut with a file scissors on the front. I thin it with a light pictus technique. To make a better fall. Yes, friends, our haircut is over. Our model is like this. One view more curved from the back, so one design we call gradation bob. If you want to make one such design, if you want to make one model like this, from my social media addresses in the description section of my video, reaching me, coming to my hall, you can get one haircut like this. You can get service from me, guys. I hope you like my e-model. Hope to see you for now. Take good care of yourself. I wish you a good day.
To you today, straight haircut. Curtain bangs hair design. How to do this, I will explain in detail. We first divide the hair of our model into 4 main sections. First main part, profile separation, scratch profile distinction, straight separation from the middle of 2 eyebrows to the neck. We say profile separation, later crown separation from one ear to the other ear. So to the fixed line, from one ear and the other ear. We call the line we have separated as much as the crown separation. Here 4. 2 horizontal from the back after separating the main section. We make a distinction in starting from the middle part of the hair. First we will create a guide, and this will be the length of the hair, this size straight with the same system comb. First in A, I set the point from the middle point to the back. And I continue to cut straight. By liking my video and subscribing to my channel, you can be informed of my new videos. Benefit from haircuts and other hairdressing services. Description of my video by reaching me from the social media addresses and by appointment. Come to my salon and cut hair and other hairdressing services. You can get from the sides after cutting the back part. Start first from the left side, then from the left side. I'm equating it with the guide on the back, friends. We create a straight cut. After cutting the back straight, I set the sides the same way. And curtain cardamom on the front. I divide the hair in half to create the design. And from the end of my eyebrow, with my comb, it's on the front by measuring. I make a triangular distinction. This triangle distinction, it is a distinction we call the purchase motif. After creating this separation, starting from a right to a left, following your cheekbones, I continue the cutting process with 45-degree angles. Here I will cut the first left side. I go to the right side of my customer and my tongue is my tongue. With 45-degree angles, aligning the cheekbones, in the front, I'm creating the curtain cardamom design. As you can see after the cut, I comb the hair completely and comb it forward and that your hair is cut evenly on both sides. After seeing behind the ear, by measuring diagonal front vertex and towards a diagonal back, creating a cross separation from the right side of the hair. Starting, I apply the folding process. Here, my customer. I'm going to cut the right side, so I'm going to the left side. And I make a distinction to the other heart towards the back, here in 3 pieces, towards the front of the hair, because I can't fold the front parts of the hair. I scan and scan from the front. From the hair point I have determined, I cut the hair. Here we cut your hair as the first size. Here by taking the size I as an example, that is as a size guide. From the longest point of the hair, I'm scanning forward as you can see. After scanning, you see the hair point at the bottom. I guide that length and cut it. Here for combing the hair forward. The length of the back hair is not shortened, and there is no shortening on the sides. Because the longest point of the hair on the sides I'm folding by taking a sign. Here is the structure of the hair, the length of the hair, E. Also, because I got the guide to length, folding process is a light folding process. And your hair doesn't get shorter. Here I scan my scan forward again. Second piece. So here's because I cut the hair in half, scanning the right part and the left part in the same way, cutting in the same technique. And this cut. After doing it, I thin the ends of the hair a little with file scissors, softening the ends of the hair. Here, because we usually cut it according to EE angles. Also a clear cut, sharp horse cutting technique because we cut straight scissors blow. Maybe hard looking at the ends. So we split the hair into the guinea piecemeal. With a feel scissors and pictus technique, I ensure their transitions. As you can see, we provide smoother transitions to the ends. This is the hard look of the tip of the hair. By equalizing, it helps you get a better image. If you want to have a curtain bangs haircut design, from my social media addresses in the description section of my video, reaching me, coming to my hall, you can get haircut service. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. As you can see, the front is moving, the back is straight. We are with you with an E hair design. Today you curtain bangs layered haircut. I want to explain our service in detail. Layered haircut here. Curtain cardamom, how to do this. You will see in detail. First, we create profile separation later. Say we will create a crown separation. Profile separation with crown separation. The process of dividing the hair into 4 main sections. We say friends. First distinction, profile distinction. Profile separation from the middle of 2 eyebrows to the straight line that I parted down to the neck. E, profile separation. Second also, E, crown separation from one ear to the other ear. The distinction we have separated, we call crown separation. Fold the front parts of the hair after the crown separation. A curtain to make cardamom process. We split the hair in half. After this separation, starting from ear levels, we create a diagonal separation from both sides. Then while cutting our customer's E right side, I go to the left and E starting from cheekbones, 45 degrees. We will create a distinction, haircut with a distinction of 45 degrees. So we'll start doing, here E profile, E starting from the apple bones. We determine our sword from top to bottom at an angle of 45 degrees. And I cut and the other parts are the same, at an angle of 45 degrees after cutting. I scan them all towards myself and I make my cut by creating a single line. Then I will cut the left side. While cutting the left side, I pass to the right side of my customer. The first part of the guinea cheekbones. I cut it so I separate it diagonally. Later. Right? Scanning from left to right. I'm cutting the first part. Then the second part is the same from the right. I'm taking it all alone to the left. And cut the previous. From my hair point, I cut our banana the same size. After folding the front, back eye first, we created a profile separation on the right side. We divided the hair into 2 main sections. I will fold the back in 2 main sections. Same way again. I'm creating a diagonal separation towards the back. And on the right, piece. For cutting the right part, I go to the left side and the front one I cut first E. Guinea from section. Right? To the left. As you can see by creating a distinction, I was born first cut. Hair point. I cut by specifying, so I scan. This time I'm scanning them all forward. That is at an angle of 45 degrees. Scanning directly to the front. I see the hair spot I cut before. I see the guide, so I equate it with hair length. Both in the front parts here, I equate with the height. I equate with the length in the front. Both. When the blow-dry you scatter is taken, when the shape is given the front, hair equality, and long pieces, so that it does not appear at 45-degree angles to the front section. I scan the back with diagonal Ian angles and forward. I'm scanning in the front part again, at an angle of 90 degrees for scanning forward. I'm cutting. This side, no. What happens when I scan this cutting process forward? There is a folding process from the front to the back. Because the hair in the front is a little short, there is a cut suitable for the short hair in the front. Hair falls longer towards the back, and folding process on the front and back. We are applying both. A from the front. We shorten and fold. A hair we see when we throw it backwards. We made a move. And a both oval. Here and E an oval back. The look was also folded and ovally. We will have a look. This time E to check the hair guinea after combing. I comb the hair completely and towards the peak. I lift it up. A check again. Is there an error after checking it? Equalize and from the ends. I'm cutting. I look at the 3 dots and cut by length. Then, so you know your hair. To apply a folding operation to the foundation, I divide the hair in half with the guinea star technique. And listen piece by piece. As you can see, so neither too thick nor too much. I scan upwards in thin pieces. 90 degrees. And from the ends, with point cutting technique. I apply hair folding. Here with the star technique, a suitable structure for the hair. I'm applying a folding process. As you can see here after seeing the longest point. Hairstyle a point cutting technique. With point cutting technique. I'm applying a folding process. Here I comb the hair and from above. Hair 90 degrees according to the direction of hair output. And 45 degrees compared to the length of the hair. I keep cutting with angles. As you can see, 90 degrees. Scanning the stone and the 45-degree point of cut with cutting technique. I continue my process. You too, to support my channel. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks to you, our videos reach many people. And thanks to you watching our videos. Dear friends, my video, thank you so much for watching and subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Our folding process is over, friends. Now to the ends of the hair. With the net scissors, that is, with the scissors we call intermediate scissors. We apply thinning softening process, starting from the front part to the hair auger technique. So I'm twisting the hair and the ends. With intermediate scissors, I'm thinning here at the ends to ensure a more homogeneous fall of the hair. To get a smoother image, I apply thinning process with auger technique. You want to watch my other videos too. If you want, in the videos section of my channel. Many kinds of videos. I have videos in many categories. You can watch my videos there too. If you have any questions, Description part of my video. I have social media addresses there too. You can ask by contacting me, or in the comment section of my video. Leave your questions. I can read them and give you detailed information. You can ask questions. Do you also enjoy layered hair? Curtain cardamom and other EA pixie haircuts. Short haircut. Bob cut. And other E. If you want to get services about hairdressing, to my salon in Istanbul Beylikdüzü, you can come. To come too. From my social media addresses in the description section of my video, reaching me by making an appointment, you can get service. I continue thinning the ends of the hair. The reason why I do auger. Hair, when I do thinning on the back and ends. When the hair opens, so we get a more natural look. As you can see, our process is over. Now our forming process, we will apply our process. I will apply a layered moving blow dry process. As you can see, front moving. Folded backs. We are with you with a beautiful hair design, friends. If you like my video, I model. If you like the design, make sure to like my video. Commenting and social media. Don't forget to share on your address.
See you Sunello Evrianetto. You today Pixie how to do bob haircut in detail. Will tell I divided the hair into two main sections. Upper stage and I separated two pieces as the lower stage and from the nape part so your hair is short and starting to cut it with vertical separations to be folded as you can see starting from the right. Moving to the left standing in the midly and again from the left side towards the middle and continue my cutting process with vertical separations, thicker, hirium. Applying B cutting accordance with the E thickness of my finger E, I touch your scalp to the bottom so I touch my finger on the skin of the hair. Andy continued to process finger thick cuts after making his first short like that. 2. I'm creating the distinction. I'm creating horizontal separations. Hooray so I created a horizontal distinction and then with vertical separation C. I continue my haircut at 45 degrees starting from the right. I'm coming to the middle. This timey coming from the left side E. I continue, so from the right to the middle, from left to middle, so always hairnite in the middle, as shortnessing. Applying a 45-degree angle here, 3 now, by creating upright distinctions. Distinction also, I divided it again. I created one diagonal distinction, and comb the hair, according to the exit. Placement, I cut it at an angle of 45 liras, to Guinea I created a vertical separation and I see my guide. At the bottom, I always follow my guidesso the hair on the bottom after seeing the hair point I cudium, adjusting the angle so it's 45 degrees greeting, an angle I definitely say when I create a 45 lira angle. The back of the hair is short, so there are longer sections from the top. Directly E. If I cut it according to the short hair, how can I not create a 45 lira angle? It happens this time it's short on the bottom and the short on the top are the same size. It happens, and it will be short please when I make an angle of 45 steel I. See the short section at the bottom V. I cut 45 steel at an angle's top stays longer. The bottom is still short compared to him. I keep going like this and elong sections on the right and left sides on the back E with short partas. you can see forming the diagonal separation, again 45 degrees. Short from the frontee, short from the back, one extending forward die. Create the viewers, you can see so. The front is long, and the back is short and folded as you can see. From the top to the ear level so. I created a coronation I make. One distinction from one ear to the other, or normally, everyone, so 10,000. Crown separation, this ea after, creating a crown separation, I create a vertical separation of the rest of the backend. This distinction is vertical search, first from, behind as you can see. With the hair length, I cut before him, putting it together, but this hair size is also the bottom one from the bottom up 451 cut from the inside out at a degree angle lie, cut with point I see the hair spot I cut before and cut from the inside out these. Upper sides are longer than the lower sides are shorter and the volume makes it bulky. So short hair pushing, long hirand one fuller image occurs, Haraguania. A distinction from the peak of the harium creating gin, one guinea from the hair point. I cut before this time. I lift the hair up 90 degrees but, again, at the hair point, I cut before. One, I see my guide, and so, I cut it from short to long, at an angle of 45 degrees after, cutting in the middle left side, is crossed again. I cut it at an angle of 45 degrees sure. The front is longer, and the back is shorter than Hyman fold 1 image. Yugatas, you can see herium adjusting with short sections on the back eye. Made a cross distinction to the front, starting with the shortest section at the back toe, the front at an angle of 45 degrees. I make your hair grow forward in my cutting process. I continue with the sharpening, cutting techniqueso with a straight scissor stroke. I continue escaning backwards. The reason I scan backwards is in the backy scan the back for scanning and short sections ISO E because I cut it in accordance with my cover from short to long and E inside I created. One angle front is longer and the back is shorter. One image a hair design that you can easily use. This summerth weakest is short. The front is long. If you want to get a haircut like this, you can reach me on social media. Addresses me in the description section of my video so by reaching my living room. From here I work by appointment as an appointmentee haircutting service, by coming to my salon, by making an appointmentee long service and other hairdressing services you can get servicized hairy. I use pivot point technique as a haircut, literally pivot point to hairy one guide for us by applying this Gwitty Pixie Bob haircut, starting from the nape part with the E-file, scissors gradual light E-hard scissor blowsy to soften the ends to get its hardness in, thinning the transition of hair here too. It's softer ease here with E-elephant scissor softening the ends of the hair, starting as if the cut starts again from the neck. I thin the ends slightly with E-file scissors. I don't apply it to the bottom of the hair, only to the ends and vertical from there. By doing your hair, we get one image that thins the nape parts. Maria's, you can see her at the ends of the hair, not the bottoms of the hair also, because we did the softening process. Hair provides one more homogeneous transition and gets a soft one look. Of course, you also have every hair, so there is no thinning process. Not thinner hair, but thicker. Andy, in thick hair you can apply step by step up the ends of the hair. I keep thinning. If you want to watch my other videos, to me video My channel has a videos section from there. I have many categories of videos from here. You can also watch my videos by hair grows as you can see. I'm coming to the long section, and between fingers I take and thin the ends of the hair first. I eliminate one and I lift it opened, thinning the ends of the hair. Your likes very important to us. Our channel is developing day by day and to reach large audiences. I would be very pleased if you definitely like my video, because if you like my video to other friends and other people too, so I recommend this video reaches many people when it reaches the technique I apply. So friends who want to learn him learning, and ladies looking for hairstylists, my video want to get service from Methis or that way. If you like my video and subscribe to my channel, would be very pleased. Likes and comments are also important, so if you have questions in the comment part of my videos, so you can leave the comment section as answer, as I know the answery questions on your Mindusi continues my thinning process. Gradually, like hath last front part has Araveth, front part too. You don't use much, do you? I apply a slight thinning process and shaping process. We will pass after finishing the process from here. Also, with one nice blow dry process finished our hair design, we will be friends. Like my videos and subscribe to my channel, and forget to be right now. Pretty one way reached the audience. Thanks to your audience is growing every day. New friends join our channel and our designs learned and seen them, adding some movement to the front of the hair, her to the end part. No little I did one tiny folding the front of the hair finalito make your fall beautiful. Here are the hair cutting techniques I have learned for you. When my tongue turns to you, so I'm trying to explain as much as I can. Hope you guys are satisfied here. I comb back slightly and your hair, so I'm checking if there is a mistaken customer's ear backward say design that he can use comfortably when he throws his back to bay. Give a little touche. Our hall is in Istanbul, Beylikdüzü, working on an appointment to come to our hall. Description part of my video's social media addresses are available by reaching hair coming to my hall haircut, coloring, and other hairdressing services. You can also get services. You can see our model has a short story front one design. Hope you like it. See you for now. Take good care of yourself.
Hello everyone, graduation for you today. How to make a bob haircut that grows forward. I will explain it in detail. First, I create profile separation. Profile separation, middle of two eyebrows. The straight separation we have divided up to the neck, we say profile separation. Then E crown separation as the second distinction. Crown separation, E from one ear to the other ear. Guinea, E, the section we have divided as a straight line. We call crown separation. After making this distinction, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. Here, E, every crown is in the separation, E. From the separation point we call hat separation. I make a distinction, and as you can see the back, guinea, in 2 pieces. Profile separation. I made a distinction from the point of the neck. Here we will create the foundation of the hair. Also to cut the foundation. At the bottom EA I left a piece straight. This will be the size. As you can see from this nape part, E with a straight sharp weft technique, so E. Using our comb like a straight ruler, I continue my cutting process. Here, I started from the nape part of the hair to make a straight cut. As you can see after cutting, I created a straight ad cut. And when it comes forward, it's a little light. Other sky, I mean it's a little 45 degrees for it to stretch forward. I applied angle. Short neck stretching forward. Using our comb as a ruler, down at an angle of 45 degrees. I left the front parts of the hair long. The back is shorter. Here's on the back. I used it as a ruler again and created a straight line. So I applied a straight cut. This was the first stage. Now I'm cutting the second stage. As you can see here, on the back, I divided 2 parts from these 2 parts. One more piece at the point I reserved. I created a horizontal distinction after creating the separation. The first hair point I cut on the back. Sure, as a guide towards myself. Horizontal at an angle of 45 degrees. As you can see here, my finger, by forming an angle of 45 degrees, horizontally towards myself. I pulled it, and then it's horizontal. I made the cut at an angle of 45 degrees.
Here then cross.
At an angle of 45 degrees. I make the hair look long forward. I'm doing it gradually as a right and a left. First I cut the right, then I cut the left. Now I cut the left side. As you can see, I cut the bottom by creating an angle of 45 degrees. I see my guide, and at an angle of 45 degrees. Scanning backwards. The reason I scan backwards, if you cut backwards at a fixed point, when you leave it forward, the front of the hair becomes long, and here I cut using an angle of 45 degrees, from short to long. Form. There will be a long haircut towards the front with folded back parts. So the back is curved and moving front longer, and we will have a nice image. I'm scanning myself right here, and the hair I cut before, after seeing your hair point, I cut it at an angle of 45 degrees. I'm scanning backwards here, as you can see. Their front is long because I'm scanning backwards. I'm moving to the third stage, to the peak. When I reach the peak, I create a vertical separation. And after creating vertical separation, I comb the hair out again and from the inside out again at an angle of 45 degrees. I'm cutting tar. Then I create a new slice separation. And from the point I cut before, I see the girl long point, and I cut it at an angle of 45 degrees to the front. Scanning backwards to guinea, and cut at 45 degrees angle. After cutting the right side guinea, I go to the left side guinea. At the peak, I see our hair point, our guide. and down at 45-degree angles. I cut it curved and folded. Here her hair is fixed backwards, so I cut by combing backwards. When you comb backwards, the hair is longer to the front and it gets a nice look without being short. Here the front parts of the hair, the long back parts, short and folded to get the look. I apply it to a work hill. When I come to the point again at an angle of 45 degrees, I'm cutting. This hair point, we cut in the back. Point as a guide. I apply the point I cut in the middle. Then, I separate the middle guinea. I separate the separation point of the hair and the peak according to the point of fall of the hair, short part and the nape part. I'm getting a guide and forward. It will look longer at an angle of 45 degrees. Guinea to create a design that extends from the neck to the front. Comb ruler, using it as a downward angle of 45 degrees. I cut it later. To check the point I cut. Guinea at 45-degree angles. I create diagonal divisions, and so I scan backwards by creating cross divisions. I keep making sure. Left side. After cutting, I do the right side the same way. As you can see, the neck is short and long towards the front. I cut the neck short to create a design. To be longer towards the front Using my comb as a ruler, let's make it long forward. As you can see here, my comb is light in color. Hair color, light because it is dark. Well, it's more advantageous to use a comb. We see the hair more clearly. Here is the color of your comb. I want to emphasize that it is important. Light comb on dark hair. Use dark combs on light hair. It will be more advantageous for you. With forward diagonal separations, I keep cutting at 45-degree angles. If you want to get a haircut like this, there are social media addresses in the description section of my service video. By reaching my salon from here. You can get hairdressing service. I apply softening after cutting our hairstyle. Here, I will apply thinning to the ends of the hair with a feel scissors. And this will make the hair a better transition. Again with gradual separations. Only the hair ends of the effect scissors I apply it to the end parts. I apply softening process without thinning too much. Here, not from the bottom of the hair, but to the ends of the hair. Your application will be more advantageous. The transitions on the ends of the hair are more beautiful. It will be healthy and will not thin the hair too much. But from the bottom, if you use a feel scissors, the hair will swell. Swell and shape will help you take shape hard. So I want to tell you, so if you do it on the ends of the hair, you can get better results. Gradually upwards. I continue here on the hill. Auger technique to guinea nibs. I apply a thinning process. Here you like my video and my channel. It is very important that you subscribe to my channel. If you like my video and subscribe to my channel here, I would be very pleased. Notification bell. If you open one of my new videos, you will be informed. Make the transitions of the hair softer by thinning. We provide. This makes it a better image. Here with graduation front stretching bob haircut. So we can also say the very old Victoria Beckham model. Front long back short design. As you can see the front. Long back short and folded design. I hope you like it. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. I will be with you with new videos. Hope to see you in the next video. Take good care of yourself.
Hello friends, today you have a straight haircut. Curtain bangs, aka cartoon banks. Haircut. How to design it, I will explain it in detail. We create the first basic distinctions. We will divide the hair into 4 main sections. Our distinction to the first main section is profile separation. Profile separation 2. To the distinction we have separated from the eyebrow mark to the neck. We call it straight profile separation. Later crown separation. Crown separation from ear level to other ear. The straight separation we have separated. We call the crown distinction. When we create these distinctions, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. First part, I will apply straight haircut. Hair in the first part. I create 1 horizontal distinction from the nape part. ND determine the size we will cut. We will apply the first basic distinction, is straight haircut. From the back part, I created a horizontal distinction and I cut the basis of the hair T. Right now I created a straight 1E cut here. This straight cut, then gradually upwards, creating horizontal separations. Her hair is the same size in the section where I cut it straight. I will cut, that is, the hair point we cut before as a sheath. I saw it and I cut it straight with 1 scissor stroke. And after equalizing that part in the same way, I'm opening the other part too. As you can see the top. At the bottom, I combine it with the guide we cut and cut it to the same size. As you can see here, with sharpening cutting technique, that is, straight truss service. I'm creating a straight 1 cut. Then from behind, the long remaining part is horizontal again, one in a gradual way, by creating a distinction. I keep cutting. That is 1 straight line by scanning the back part backwards. Clear 1 cut by forming line. I'm doing it so my hair's on the back. I specify for free and create 1 straight cut. The right and left are the same. Scanning backwards. I'm creating a straight 1 cut. We have determined the basis of the hair, that is, the length of the hair. Now I'm going to part 2. After determining the length of the hair, I will apply a folding process and curtain cardamom on the front, that is, curtain bank haircut. I created a profile separation between the middle and 2 to create the hair. From 2 eyebrows, we created 1 distinction towards the neck, this profile distinction. And from the end of the eyebrow E, starting to the front, my B, purchase motif. I reserved the section, guys. From here in the first place, right side. I go to the left side of my customer because I cut it and the chin. I'm setting E1 guide from the line. E, and from here to be mobile in the front, that is, the story. From the jaw level to stop the longest, set the shortest section. Create a cross 1 distinction. In D, I created a cut at an angle of 45 degrees. Then behind the ear, E, I created 1 diagonal distinction. Front of the hair, the same way you see guinea. I continue from the right part, like this part. It's like 45 degrees with the hair point I cut before. I will apply angle folding process. I scan as you can see. I lifted our customer's height slightly and his head slightly up, and the sheath from the hair point I passed before. See, and at an angle of 45 degrees. I applied the cutting process, because I cut the hair in half here, starting from the top of the other back, creating 1 horizontal distinction. I'm creating a new cross E1, as you can see. I'm combing with the lowest hair length I've cut before. With the longest part, I set my guide and create horizontal separations gradually, combing the hair forward. and following the guidance we have set. I'm applying a folding process. Here, combing the hair forward. Your hair again the way I combed it here. Crossway, I'm scanning friends. So, to the cover we have determined on the front. So in a way, suitable for hair length. Did you drink the cut with a straight scissor blow again? Because I scanned the front here, their backs stay longer and he stays behind longer. Unfolding process when we leave it towards the back. So it's layered and it's layered. Both your hair is not gone. Here I cut the first eye step, then I cut the second piece. Guinea is also on the left. I created a purchase motif from the end line of the eyebrow to the peak. I'm scanning it diagonally again. And shortness, so I'm setting my guide. What size your hair will be at the level of your chin. I sharpened one direction and crossed one way. So diagonal 1 angle with one cut angle of 45 degrees. I will cut. Yes, I see my guide and I scanned it diagonally. I'm cutting my client's left side late, this time but on the right side of my client. I'm cutting by finding friends. Then from the peak one cross to the back of the ear. I created one diagonal distinction and one from the hair point I cut before. Cross again, seeing my guide 1. Cutting at an angle of 45 degrees with a scanning angle. Folding process. I'm creating. Here we ensure that the front parts are folded, friends. I saw my sword here, I cut it the same size. Cross the front parts to the back parts. This is the point I have reserved, friends. Now create horizontal separations. In a gradual way up to the neck. Combing forward, I will apply my cutting process. This process is hair folding. As you can see here, cross one scan angle. I created it, and from the nape part to the front part. Yes, the longest part. I take it as a guide and continue my cutting process. As you can see, I'm scanning Guinea. I create horizontal Bs gradually. I'm combing the hair point I cut before. I see my guide. What does the guide mean? 1 means the hair size we cut before. I'm scanning the previous. The hair length I cut. I cut this process to the same size after seeing it. I'm applying it until I get to the section on the nape, friends. I see my guide, as you see. And I cut the sharp horse cutting technique with straight scissors service. Friends, our haircut is over. Now your hair. Thinning your hair 3. For applying straight scissor stroke on the ends. I need to thin it with some effigy scissors. I'm here with the feely scissors, the ends of the hair. Pictas technique. I soften, as you can see. So by adding some motion to the ends of the hair, I'm thinning. Get the hard look here. Such Guinea by creating horizontal separations and scanning forward. As you can see in the hair spot I cut before, I apply a thinning process, right and left in the same way, separating into pieces, into slices. I apply a thinning process. You too, curtain bangs. Curtain banks. If you want to get a haircut in Beylik Düzü, you can come to my salon and get hair cutting service from me. About coloring and other hairdressing services, I can serve. I'm working by appointment. In the description of my video of the haul, the social media address is available. Reaching here as an appointment by reaching the social media address. Haircut coloring. On the subject of hairdressing services, you can create an appointment. Like my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, dear friends. Thanks to you, my channel is growing day by day, and we become a bigger family. And our videos. If you want to be aware of my new videos, if you activate my channel's notification bell from my new videos, you can be informed. Our haircut is over. Now it's the last for you. I will show you after blow dry. Moving, as you can see, what we call layered one hair design curtain bangs. Moving hair design. I have presented our work to you. Take care to see you with new videos. I wish you a good day.
Hello friends, welcome to my channel. To you today, how to make a blunt bob haircut. I will explain it in detail. I will create the basic distinctions first. Our first distinction is profile separation. After creating my profile distinction, also as the second distinction, I will create a crown separation. Profile separation. My forehead present from the beginning. The distinction we have divided to the neck. At the coronation. Comb again. We put it on the crown of your forehead. And from the point where our comb's back touches a crown separation to the distinction we have separated, that is, 1, from ear to ear. The fixed one. The distinction we have separated as a line is called the crown separation. Here the crown separation, the front and back of the hair. Separating two main sections. Profile separation also divides the hair in half, so here we divide the hair into 4 basic E sections. We divide it into 4 basic parts. After dividing it into 4 basic parts in one step, we will apply a haircut to separate it in a gradual way. I'm starting and I'll cut it gradually. Here our first level will be the dye of our model's hair. We will apply 1 straight haircut. So create a blunt haircut, comb 6 for applying it. So we apply the technique of sharp ablution. That is, we also apply it with a straight scissor stroke. There will be 1 straight haircut. Here, I will use 1 angle of 0 degrees. So I use my comb as a ruler. Without creating any angle. There will be 1 haircut suitable for the direction of hair fall. I make our model tilt its head very slightly forward. And here, first, setting our guide, as you can see, without opening the neck too much. And with sharp horse cutting technique, that is, with straight scissor stroke. I'm cutting the first part. Then left side, then right side. This is the first hair I cut. I equate with paint. This hair will be tall, guys. This will be our guide. All in accordance with this guide, we will cut the hair length to the same length. This is our guide, this hair length. We are going to the second stage, as we can see, second stage hair length. I will equal the hair length we cut in the first stage. As you can see here, I reserve the first part. I comb your hair downwards according to the natural combing direction. I tilt our customer's head very slightly forward and, using my comb as a ruler 1, with the hair length I cut before, equalizing in the same way. So here I use my comb like a ruler. I align and cut with a straight scissor stroke. Here is the sharpening cutting technique, also named Guinea. I'm separating the first piece from the second floor. This one is the same as the hair size we cut before. I use my comb like a ruler and cut it. But here in every hair I cut, our customer's hair, I make your head tilt slightly forward. Because when it bends too little forward, the angle there makes the hair straighter. And when he gives back, you cut it straight in a blunt way. You can make a mistake there. It has to bend down one click. Because when he bends things, it doesn't reveal the little hair at the bottom either. This time, when the customer tilts his head forward, the bottom is like this. One section appears at the bottom, like this protrusion. It's also annoying. You will have to cut again. As you can see, we went to the third stage of the back part. Third stage at the bottom one. The hair point we cut before, Guinea in the same way. I keep cutting the same size. In these straight cuts, you can use the same technique. Here only, blunt one model here because your hair is short, Blunt straight one haircut, design. Here the length of the whole hair is all equal length. Blunt because it will be the same size. Straight blunt haircut. I'm doing the design. Right side, one with the hair point I cut before. Our guide is the same size. Our customer after cutting. I tilt the head of our model to the slightly front part and use my comb as a ruler. One with the hair size I cut before. I say equal here by using my comb as a ruler. I comb the natural fall of the hair correctly without any mistakes. In the same way as the hair point I appeared. I continue my cut by equalizing. I'm asking you here. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Your thoughts too. I would be very pleased if you specify in the comments section of my video. Yes, after cutting the back. We go to the left side of our customer. Guinea head of our customer. Tilting to the right. After bending, behind the ear, before you get over the ear bulge, I divided it into the middle of the ear as you can see, and some behind the ear. I equalized the hair length on the back there. And the next one above the ear as you can see in the front. Here we equate the ear bulge. And we make one straight cut. If you scan it directly without calculating the ear bulge, and if you cut it straight, when you blow dry, when it dries, the protrusion of the ear appears. And straight one cut does not appear, and please the height of the ear to the top. Prevents hair from being straight at the bottom. So from the middle, right at ear level, to the back of your ear, take one hair apart and straight from that hair. From the guide we have determined on the back, we cut our hair, and the rest in the front. We equalize the hair from there. And the same in the second level. From the hair point, we cut a donut. We cut it in line. Our customer's hair, stance, angle is very important here. We don't cut straight. We tilt our customer's hair a little and cut it like that. After cutting the left side, we go to the right again in the same way. Our customer's hair length without cutting the first. He light his head, a little according to the posture direction of the hair.
We tilt, and after tilting, just like I cut it on the left side, we continue our haircut here. Guinea, you are also like this one. Haircut. And if you want to have other haircut models, I have social media customs in the description part of my video. From here, by reaching me on social media addresses and coming to my hall. Haircut coloring, retouching keratin hair care, balayage haircut, and other hairdressing services. You can get service. You can come to my hall and get service. I'm working with appointment. Morning, 10, evening, 6. I can make an appointment between hours. Our place is in Beylikdüzü. After doing my contours here, on the right side and on the left side, I apply my contours and light hair on the front. I'll add some movement, so I'll do some folding on the front. Here while adjusting the front part. As you can see again from the forehead point of the hair 1, I'm creating a profile distinction. I'm dividing the hair in half. And here, from the eyebrow line, front part 1, forehead motif, by creating the distinction, i.e. triangle 1, I make a distinction. After creating this triangular separation, important feature of triangular separation, right and left T, from the section, because we got it from the eyebrow line, right side and left side. Part 2, intensely taking one way, the right side and the left side. Only from the front without emptying too much. From the part where your forehead is because we make one distinction from the section where the forehead is. The slightly beautiful one movement in the front. And my forager bangs are one point where we can fold. It's okay, I'm creating one nice distinction there too. I cut the right side of our customer. I pass the breadth of our customer I'm adjusting the angle here much better. And as you can see here, your hair is short. After remembering the short point. For cutting by determining my angle. I provide one nice transition from short to long. After cutting the right side, I go to the left side. The left side is the same. I get one guide from the hair point I cut before. And here in my comb, because it's numbered so suddenly. Like a ruler until 20. So when I measure what size I cut and take one click on the left side and get the same size. At the same time, I'm cutting from the same point as you can see, so we have created a millimetric 1 design here. It's neither short nor too long, I cut it in the same short. And that shortness too, guinea the same way. One distinction from left to right. By creating, so I'm scanning. And I see the hair point and I keep cutting. You too with the join button of my channel. Well, I would be very pleased if you want to support my channel. Thanks to you, my channel is getting bigger every day. And we became a big family. Our 229,000 subscribers. So thanks to valuable people like you, our audience's time is growing. People who don't subscribe to my video, 97 100 are watching.
I request you, when you watch my video. E, if you subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications. E, you will be informed of my new videos. You will watch my new videos without interruption. Friends, make sure to turn on the notification bell of my video. And T, be aware of my newly published videos. And when you subscribe to my channel, you are also aware of my other videos. And if you want to watch my other different videos, my channel. The video section is available from there. Video section. I have 757 videos. I have videos in many categories. You can watch them too. We have come to the end of our haircut, friends. Flat blonde, as you can see. E, right in the OMSI field without opening the neck too much. Sheet. We have created a haircut design. You are this style one. If you want to get a haircut, I'm in Beylikdüzü by contacting me on my social media addresses. Coming to my hall. Haircut from me. You can get coloring and other hairdressing services. I'm working on an appointment. I love you. Hope to see you. Take care of yourself.
Hello friends, to you today, Bob Haircut Desig. I will explain in detail how it is done. Our model's hair is THI, short here, starting from the width and with a light one diagonally angle. There will be one bob haircut model that grows slightly forward. It won't be too extreme. First, we start with basic distinctions when cutting. Our first basic distinction is profile separation. Profile separation. From the beginning of the forehead, starting straight as one line, until the end of the neck, of the occipital region straight line to the end. We say profile separation. Creating our first profile distinction. After creating a profile separation too, the distinction of the crown separation is also one. From ear to ear, head to the end start and end to the endo. The distinction we create, we call it crown separation. Crown separation. To separate our guinea comb. Guinea start from here. Get. Starting from the starting point of the back. From the point it touches. As you can see, I'm starting to distinguish from this point from the exact peak point. This is already at the point where the crown separation occurs automatically, forming these distinctions the basic distinctions of hair. We divide the hair into four main sections. When you make these distinctions one on your next haircut, our model is the same. Perfectly. You can cut. 2. Our model is It will be to determine the hair length. We will separate our guide from the first nape part here. Our model's head while cutting her first hair. Very little forward. We want to give bird. From the enzyme part, I created one horizontal line. And now here we will create the guide of our hair. Our guide is important to us. Guide means the starting point of the hair. And continue after creating this cutoff point. The hair point we will. You can also specify shorter if you want. Longer if you want. As your own preference. You can determine the length yourself with your customer. We are here our model is fuller. For your hair to be, I will determine one shortness according to him. And we will continue in that short. Just like that. Your hair. Reverse exits here. Here in 3 parts. Reverse exits on the neck. Based if you cut. It would be much better for you. When you cut here. Then and when you blow dry or. So when you comb the hair. Lines here your hair. In shaping. Provides great influence. These. It will be much better if you cut it with your eyes. I also took these exits into account. I will check and cut accordingly. Here while cutting. Using my comb as a ruler and I cut it at an angle of 0 degrees. First I'll finger this comb 6. Sharp horse cutting technique we call one. I will apply with technique. This angle is 0 degrees. Yeah Berta yeah. You can also cut between fingers. But if you want to cut 0 degrees without any angle, so too, you definitely need to apply comb 6 hair cutting technique. Even when you cut it with a finger. You give one angle. Straight cut here. You think you did it, but even your finger. Light has 1 millimeter, 1 angle. You need to consider this too. Of course, in wavy hair, according to the structure of the hair 100/100ths. We can't comb 6 haircuts. That's why you know straighter hair. Comb 6 according to the direction of exit of the hair. Combing. Here I cut according to the natural fall of the hair. Here using my comb like a ruler. I'm starting to conclude. I created a guide for myself from the middle part here. As you can see this guide. The left and right sides are the same. I will cut at the same level. My error rate is 0 here too. Because I use my comb like a ruler. Yes too. I'm going to the stage. I'm creating one horizontal distinction in Guinea. What a thick distinction here. How thin you can cut one way. Without making mistakes. When you progress gradually, hair is uniformly distributed. Either scissors nor scissors on the hair. Your rate of making mistakes is very low. Now we are giving an angle to the hair in the second level, friends. Here with my finger, I'll give you a 45-degree angle here. Horizontal 45-degree. I cut by creating an angle. To create this angle, Telugu, I scan by holding it from the bottom and, according to our guide here, we see our guide cut at the bottom. As you can see, and I touch my little finger now. The angle here is 45 degrees. It's an angle, friends. Space here. I look from here, I see my guide and our guide. A beginning of the beginning. I cut it this size after seeing it. Here's a little bit of the nape of the hair. We are doing a folding process. This is your hair is more stingy fuller, and this. An expression we call bomb. To create it, a technical friend we applied. Combing the hair at its own angle. Looking down with my finger. I'm worth it after seeing this angle. I cut with sharp horse cutting technique. Here you are progressing gradually. I cut one from the right section. Now I will cut from the left section. Same way. I see my sword as you see from the bottom again, and I'm looking from the neck. I'm cutting. Because we made an angle cut here. We'll check again later, guys. After cutting, there may be slight lengths on the right and left. Repeat it. Use it as a ruler with a comb and a guide. I'm cutting. Now we are entering our third distinction, Guinea horizontal. We make a distinction. We will create one vertical distinction from the middle part, a guide. I always start from the middle part, friends, haircut, because this is my guide. We distribute our guide evenly. And here we are, because we are progressing gradually. Our rate of making mistakes is very low. My finger a guide. I touch it from the bottom and cut 45 holes horizontally. After creating, with sharp horse cutting technique, I'm cutting. I'm scanning. Here I see my guide from the bottom of it. Guide is very important, guys. You see with the guide here, I see the hair point I passed before like. My guide from here, I see my guide at the bottom. And your hair according to this guide. Scanning by direction of fall. I see my sword and I continue with the cut. I will do this in the same way on the right side. Head of our model. Thought after setting. Always while cutting hair here. With our model, we need to be on the same plane. We need to look in the same direction. I'm scanning. I see my guide from the bottom here. As you can see, this is also while cutting hair. If you get as much hair as your finger again, your rate of making mistakes will be very low. I'm scanning after seeing my guide. And I see my guide here from that Virgo point. And after seeing our guide below, again at an angle of 45 TL, I'm cutting. Now friends 3. After cutting our territory, we have passed the occipital regio. Here after opening the ledge, we have come to the top. In the E section here, we will add a little more volume to the hair. And we will apply a folding process. Here your hair. Both busy and to give a more beautiful one look. We also change our angle. Here we are applying horizontal 45 whole angles. When we get to this top, we will continue our haircut with vertical 45 whole angles. We give the head of our model forward light. Here we create one vertical distinction. From the neck again, after creating our separation, we take guide. According to this guide one, we will create a haircut. Yes, friends. As you can see, at the bottom of our previous cut, to the occipital area, we applied horizontal 45-degree angles. Now after moving to the occipital area, we continue our cutting with vertical 45-degree angles. Here is our guide to the exit direction of the hair. While scanning here, hair my comb. I place it at the bottom and, without playing it the way I placed it, I comb and here we see the direction of the hair coming out. After scanning this, after seeing our guide, creating a straight 45-degree angle, we continue our cut. As you can see here, I created a 45-degree angle, too many floors above, and lighter below one. Arc formed. As you can see here, one light texture. So from the inside out one, we have done the folding process. Here we will cut the hair slice by slice with the technique of slicing. First slice, second slice, 3 as slice. Even for in my tongue, we will cut it on my tongue. I'm touching my comb. Here I see the stone point I cut before one. As you see my guide, we always follow our guide. And from the inside out, with the sharpening cutting technique, that is, with the straight scissors free, we continue our cut here. 90 degrees towards the exit direction of the hair one. I cut it at an angle of 45 degrees. When I quit because I cut it lightweight. We create one haircut with curved and textured. One slice from the hair point we passed before. We take parts. He is our guide. For the front to be slightly long. Guinea this piece. A little further back, not according to the direction of hair exit. I will cut by scanning correctly. The previous guide. Compatible. I see my guide here. I'm catching a 45 TL angle. And I continue to cut. I'm scanning the same way a guy. 45 degrees by diagonal, one distinction from the bottom. I cut the right side now. I will go to the left side. Same way a guy. This is now so 5 minutes 10:10. It's a 15-minute job, but let's cut it off by telling, huh? Ha! Thank you. Writing yes. A guy. One I get it from the hair point one cut before. As the second. I touch my comb on the skin of the hair and comb. I scan, and after seeing my guide at the bottom, I see a 45-degree angle. Here is the previous hair point, as you can see here. This is our guide, our starting point. This is our end point. As you can see, this hair on this line, we combine in the same way. Thanks from below. Now the process of folding this vertex. We applied the texture. On the side. This diagonal by creating one distinctio. And slightly cross so diagonal one view. Cross to get one view. To achieve one hair design that grows forward. We go to the side. From this starting point, I create a diagonal one downwards. So I create a cross one distinction downwards. Horizontal a guy. Like the head of our model. Back and to the side. We give. Out here. Important factor. Hair. That's right ear. To come behind. Separating. Part from the bottom part from the top one way. Why am I doing this here? Friends, the ear bulge here. When I cut it properly one way. If I cut this ear bulge directly from the top like this. What would happen when I blow dry or when our customer uses it? One trapezoid will appear here. Could be. Because you have to adjust this angle accordingly. First from the back. Combing according to the direction of hair fall. We will determine our line, that is, we will determine our guide. Here's our comb guy. From a starting point here, we adjust according to the end point. This is how we tilt the head of our model to the side, because when we give the angle here, we can work comfortably. Yes, as you can see here, light one downwards. Cross 1E angle formed, guys. The angle here is a 45-degree angle to the guinea, creating this angle. And so from the starting point here, by the end point, we will continue here. We use our comb like a ruler. And you get one view that stretches slightly forward here. We will do the same on the right guy. As you can see from the bottom of the hair, I lift up. I'm scanning down. A cross separation from the starting point here. I cut the hair at an angle of 45 degrees. I comb the hair according to the fall of the hair. I'm scanning down. I'm creating one arc downwards, as you can see. And I keep cutting. Hair here. Using my comb as a ruler, we get one view that extends slightly forward. We're at the top, guys. The guinea on the hill is the same, and bulky and plump to get one look. This time again towards the exit direction of the hair, we will get one view that stretches forward at 45 degrees. Yes. Berta, yes. Friends, to get one heart stretching forward. Here is stage 1, second stage, and third stage 3. We will cut the top part of the step. Here we cut hair by combining. I touch my hair comb to the bottom of the hair and the exit directio. Scanning at a 90-degree angle. I'm scanning upwards. And here is the finger. As you can see, my hand forming a 45-degree angle. In a 45 here, I'm creating a 90-degree angle. 90 degrees according to the place of hair. I also cut it at an angle of 45 degrees as a cut. Here we see our sword. OT the same way. We touch our comb of hair to the bottom of the hair here. E to make a flatter 1E cut. And to determine the direction of output. Here is the direction of the hair. Your hair is not up and down. From the point our comb touched. Clear comb to adjust the output direction. We touch down. And we scan upwards. And in the process after this SCA, we see our guide as you see. The point we cut before. 90 degrees according to the direction of hair output 90 degrees. 45 degrees as cut. Here is one angle of 45 degrees. Upwards. I'm cutting. I'm touching my comb according to the exit direction. I create one angle of 90 degrees. And after seeing our guide, 45 degrees 1. Initiate forming angle for 5-1. I'm applying a haircut. Out here Guinea. E we will create one horizontal distinction. After creating this horizontal separation, according to the direction of hair, at an angle of 45 degrees, we will get one view that stretches forward. Friends, starting from the top, I'm creating one vertical distinction a guy. Here so I cut the first stage, I'm taking the second stage. I'm leaving a section here. I take our customer's head upright. And from here, one I get my guide from the point I cut before. You always need to get the guide, guys. If you proceed according to the guide, you never make mistakes. Touching my comb. And I scan upwards. I create a 90-degree angle according to the exit direction. And here after seeing my cover, I'm creating a 45-degree angle as you can see. 90 degree to 45 degree. And I get one piece here. From the point I cut again and I give our customer's head backwards. I'm scanning here, after touching it upwards. I see my guide, and at a 45-degree angle, I continue. Same guinea after cutting here. Starting with that joke girl one. We make the distinction, guys. And this month's episode is the same. Here 3 levels, 1, 2, 3, here 3 levels. 1 to 3, so we will cut them all into 3 sections. I'm scanning here. Here per our customer per our hand model. We touch our comb, we comb upwards. And after seeing our guide, 45. We create a degree angle, 90 degree to 45 degree. We cut. I cut the first stage and bought one piece here. This will be my guide. And I'm taking part 2. I'm scanning. I see my guide from the beginning, and I cut it. And I get one piece here. I create a 90-degree angle according to the output of the hair. And from here I see my guide and cut it. Yes, from Guinea Hill. I'm creating a vertical separation. I'm touching here. I'm scanning. You see, I saw my guide like and in accordance with my guide. I'm cutting. I'm buying one piece here. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. I'm touching, I'm scanning upwards. He's not his head like that, yeah. After adjusting the shower posture angle, I'm scanning upwards. As you can see, I saw our guide and guide. I cut it appropriately at a 45-degree angle. I'm buying one piece here too. As the last stage, again in this lower part and what we call our sweeping technique, I comb your hair in accordance with the natural direction of fall. The head of our model, I give it sideways. Starting from the nape part a guy. I'm scanning. As you can see, I have a guide here, conveniently extending slightly downwards. To get a look from short to long one view. Yes. I also apply the link. Bird. Guinea, the part we cut on the left, is the same way. We will apply it on the right side. I comb the hair according to its natural direction. We created the distinction here. The head of our customer's model. I'm setting. Taking into account the ear bulge over there. You can do it like this. If you want, you can cut it when you cut it like this. When you cut between fingers, make sure the ledge here. You have to take it into account that we cut it by touching it. Let's stop like this. I'm going to have a fight. It's over. Yes, friends, our model is like this, you see. Like the back. Layered curved forward extending. One hair desig. Bob haircut, our bob haircut design that stretches forward.
Hello, friends, today. Lightweight curtain, bangs, hair design. I will explain in detail how to do this. First, your hair is basic. I applied your distinctions. Then I cut the length of the hair. Here is your hair, E, by combing from behind while cutting the basic neck, with sharp line cutting technique by forming a straight line. In straight one cut, I cut the back part, then cutting the sides in the same way as cutting the back section. The same technique I used. E, I also applied to the E section on the left, from the hair point we cut before on the back. The guide we received. E, following on the sides. I cut them all the same size. After cutting the left side, I go to the right side. Right side in two pieces in one step, by taking one pinch from the hair point I cut before. The pinch over there is my guide, because one previous EA hair point, I cut it that size. Since it will be a guide of that size, I will cut it to the same size. I follow my guide, and we cut all the hair the same length. Our customer's E model E hair length. I apply one cut straight to medium size, starting from the front of the hair. First curtain on the front parts, and other parts of the light folded. We apply a moving haircut design. There will be no very busy floors. Front part, folding when making curtain cardamom from the finishing line of the eyebrow. E to the front part. I create a triangle one distinction by creating a purchase pattern from the end of the eyebrows to form the EE triangle in the front. By creating create a full triangle pattern. I apply folding process starting from the front part, while cutting the E section on the right. I'm going to the left. For me to capture an angle of 45 degrees more comfortably, I'm going to my customer's left. And from the left side, E hair with a 45 lira combing angle. Beautiful. 1. I start the curtain frame design by folding. First I cut the right side. While cutting the right side, I pass to the left side of my customer. Here E. Diagonal to the back to create folding to the back, creating a cross distinction. Hair on the front. Scanning here, guinea cross with one scan style. Combing the hair to one single one point. Hereby creating a sharpening cutting technique, and this is in the front while scanning a certain point. I guide the first pinch we cut. After seeing the guide size here, as you can see, with a net one cutting stroke, that is, with the sharpening cutting technique, I cut and comb the hair on the front. E, because I scanned at only one point, and when I scan the front, the back sides are long. Front sides get one fold view. Her hair is too dense here. E without folding and the length of the hair. By preserving, that is, folding the front parts of the hair, for the rear sides to provide one view without shortening. the front of the hair to a single point, that is, we cut it one ago. Curtain cardamom, E with hair length. And by applying E, scanning the front to a single point. E, I created one cutting process. And here the back parts of the hair are long, the front parts are folded. There are also flaws in the back, but there are not very dense flaws. After cutting the right side, I go to the left side. The same technique, I apply it on the left side too. So my customer. I pass to the right side of our customer while cutting the left side. And, while creating curtain bangs, comb the hair towards a certain point, and here I cut by applying one angle of 45 degrees. After providing this E again, towards the back E diagonal from the peak, so cross by creating one cross distinction up to the neck. This distinction we created, scanning to the front. After scanning, I scan to a certain point. I'm applying a 45 lira angle again, and the curtain I cut before one, cardamom hair E neck. Taking the guide so that paint. I'm scanning in one convenient way. I see my guide, and I do cutting with one scissor stroke. Then two, I take the piece 2 guinea. I scan it towards the same front part. And here I comb the hair towards a single point. Hair cut point. I take it as a guide. I scan and see your shortness there. And I cut the hair. I'm cutting it to a certain point here. For scanning and creating an angle of 45 grooves from above. Fold it towards the back because I cut it from the top, and longer one view of the back side, and shortening the length of the hair, obstructing and movable fronts folded. A long look at the back we get. If you want to get a haircut like this, my channel, a video section. You can watch our other videos, so if you want to get a haircut, social media addresses are available in the description section of my video. Reaching here, you can come to my salon and get haircutting service from me, or places in Istanbul, Beylikdüzü. Hope to see you. We will be with you with new videos. Take good care of yourself.
Hello friends, today, blunt haircut. I will explain in detail how to do this. Our model, your hair first. We create basic distinctions. Our first basic distinction is profile separation. After creating a profile separation, we create a crown separation. And after creating the coronation, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. Profile separation. From the beginning of the forehead to the end of the nape. Distinction with crown separation 1. From ear to ear. From the beginning 1. Starting from ear to ear and up to the other ear. We make crown separation to the distinction we have separated. With this distinction, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. Then horizontal from the nape part 1. By creating a distinction from 2 parts. So neither too thick nor too much. The basis of hair after creating fine separation. We will create, so we will determine the length of the hair. Scissors. Sharpening cutting technique using like a ruler. Creating our first guide. So we determine the first height. After determining this size, we are going to the second stage guide. And in level 2, her hair is straight one way, using our comb as a ruler. Guide. With the sharpening technique, that is, with the straight scissor stroke, we keep cutting our hair. Yes. Where we took an example. Our guide so one previous cut. From the hair point we got. We continue we cut the same size. After making this cut, after the neck, we pass to the right, we create one horizontal distinction in guinea. The guide we cut from this nape part, guinea by following, using our comb as a ruler. We cut it the same size. After cutting the right side, we go to the left side. We create one horizontal distinction on the left side guide, because we will create a blunt one cut here. We continue our process by creating horizontal separations. Here again one we cut before. Comb as a length guide in the nape section. Using it like a ruler guide. We cut the left side section with the same technique. As you can see here we used our comb. And cut to the same size. Then checking guide. E. Between fingers. Hair with technique. We continue our cut. Then we go to the back. Again by creating one horizontal distinctio. E. We are progressing gradually towards the top. Here are the gradual thin pieces from the neck. Taking horizontal parts. We continue our process. Bird. From the hill. As we progressed, we created one distinction to the top and created one horizontal one distinction from the middle part a guy. Then take one piece of the vertical. E between fingers. Withholding technique. So we kept cutting our hair. Then second, E guinea. Use our comb as a ruler and remove one previous hair point. Taking the guide so one. With the hair point we cut before. We cut the same size. Here we use our comb as a ruler, seeing the hair point we cut before. We continue our process. And finally, after coming to the top, as you can see E to pieces of pliers. Separate in the section on the back of the last connected. We scan by separating from the pliers. And comb the hair according to the natural direction of fall. From the guinea nape part, starting from the middle part, following our guide at the bottom. Our haircut. We continue. In our haircut here, one of the hair points we cut before, as a guide and we continue our cutting as a guide. Here we use our comb as a ruler and straight one. Haircut. We take care to do. Here is the stance of our customer's head. Points are also very important. E always head of our customer. If we cut the back part, the side to the front, we cut the right side to the left. If we cut the left side to the right, by depositing, then we keep cutting. As you can see, we went to the right. I set our customer's head stand distance on the right. I used the comb with scissors and comb as a ruler. One hair point we cut before. I saw. And I analyzed and cut using it like a ruler. For later control purposes, I combed the hair according to its direction of fall. And finger-to-finger cutting technique. Is your hair wrong? By checking. I kept cutting with straight scissors blows. I went to the left. Same guinea on the left. I used my comb as a ruler. With straight scissor stroke. I continued with cutting by creating a straight line. As you can see here, according to the direction of hair fall. Again with a straight scissor stroke with the interfinger cutting technique. I continue the haircut. Cutting my hair. One hair point that I cut before as a guide. I take care to move forward. If you want to get a haircut like this, social media addresses in the description part of my video. Available by reaching here. By coming to my salon and making an appointment. You can get a haircut. Contact e-appointment from my social media addresses. You can come to my salon and get a haircut. As you can see, only one. E with straight scissor stroke with sharp line cutting technique and straight blunt one haircut with techniques. We create